So, good morning, friends. So, this is my next lecture on the GOC. So, in previous lectures, we covered the electronic effects, all the electronic effects we covered. So, it means we covered inductive effect, we covered resonance, that is the mesomeric effect, electromeric effect, hyperconjugations, and all these things, isn't it? Now, today we are going to discuss the most important point, that is the reaction intermediates. Reaction intermediates. Now, as far as reaction intermediates are concerned, the study of reaction intermediate is very important as far as organic reactions, organic chemistry is concerned. Now, see how. If you consider any chemical reaction, any chemical reaction, or every chemical reaction proceeds how? They proceeds when reactants are transferred into products, isn't it? Reactants are transferred into products, but reactants does not transfer directly into products, isn't it? Does not transfer directly into products one. And one of the most important thing that we have to consider here, there must be breaking of bond or bond breaking concept is involved in reactant species, and new bond formation occurs at the product side, isn't it? Old bonds are broken from the reactant and new bonds are formed in the product side due to electronic rearrangement is here, isn't it? Okay. Now, bond breaking process as far as concerned, bond breaking process. This bond breaking process can be explained now. See, suppose AB is the molecule. AB is the molecule one. Now, the bond between A and B, the bond between A and B, here there is a two electrons, means one pair of electrons is placed between A and B. Now, if you want to break this bond one, then this bond can be broken by means of two ways. This bond can be broken by means of two ways. First, by means of homolytically. First, by means of homolytically. So, how it is homolytically? How it is considered homolytically? Yes, it is considered homolytically. Homolytically in the sense, if the bond between A and B is broken homolytically, then after breaking or after fission that bond, each atom gains single electron. Each atom gains single electron. A acquires one electron and B acquires one electron, and it results in the formation of A dot plus B dot. A dot plus B dots are formed. These are termed as free radicals. These are termed as free radicals. These are termed as free radicals. This is the one case. This is the one case in which a bond is broken by equal distribution of electrons to each species one, and both gets one electron. They are called free radicals. So another type of the bond breaking process, second one, that is where after breaking a bond, the here in this homolytically occurs mostly when the A and B both have nearly same electronegativity, isn't it? But when the A and B have different electronegativity, and if you assume that is the B is more electronegative than A, then in that case B is more electronegative than A, then in that case, yes, B is more electronegative than in that case, shared pair of electrons are transferred to B. Whole shared pair of electrons are transferred to B, and as whole shared pair of electrons are transferred to B, isn't it? As shared pair of electrons are transferred to B, then what happens? Yes, B acquires negative charge, A becomes positive. So A becomes positively charged and B becomes negative charged. These are ions are formed. And if they are carbon, then this A positively charged is called as a carbocation. And if B is also carbon, then carbon with negative charge is called as a carbanion. So these radicals, carbocation and carbanion, all are termed as reaction intermediates. And these reaction intermediates plays very important role in deciding the further path of the chemical reaction. Reactions are mainly decided by means of these reaction intermediates. That is the final product of the reaction, isn't it? So today we are going to discuss one of the most important reaction intermediates which is frequently used or formed in most of the chemical reaction, that is the carbocation. That is the carbocation. So as far as carbocations are concerned, as far as carbocation is concerned, now see how we are going to deal with that carbocation. Now see. So if you consider carbocation, that is the carbocation, isn't it? Carbocation. Now this carbocation is the electron, it is a carbon with positive charge. Carbocation is carbon with positive charge. As carbon is with positive charge with 6 electron in its valence shell. With 6 electron in its valence shell, and this carbon is sp2 hybridized state. Carbon is sp2 hybridized state, and it is trivalent in nature. It is trivalent in nature. Trivalent in nature. Like this can be structure can be shown. First valency, second valency, and this third valency. And it is a vacant p orbital where it is positively charged. It is positively charged, and these 3 valencies of carbon are in one plane, and this p orbital is perpendicular to that plane. It is perpendicular to that plane. This carbon is in the sp2 hybridized state. This carbon atom is in the sp2 hybridized center state, remember. So this is the carbocation. It is with positive charge, 6 electron in its valence shell, sp2 hybridized and trivalent in nature, isn't it? Now if you consider there is 6 electron in the outermost shell, that is valence shell, in the sense it has incomplete octet. It has incomplete octet. And as it has incomplete octet, in the sense it tries to complete its octet. It tries to complete its octet one. So how it can complete its octet? Just it participates aggressively in chemical reactions one. Just it is attacked by the some nucleophiles, that is the electron rich centers, like OH minus, isn't it? Like OH minus, or it may be like that of the halides, like cyanides, etc. These electron rich species are attacked on this carbon atom, isn't it? Or by means of neutral molecules like H2O, like ammonia, etc. H2O, ammonia, etc. These species also attacks over the carbocations, and then they complete their octet. Isn't it? And this carbocation is formed as a reaction intermediate in most of the chemical reactions. That's why study of carbocation is very important. So one more point regarding the carbocation, that the carbocations are also classified as a primary carbocation, secondary carbocation, and tertiary carbocations. They are also classified into, that is a primary, secondary, and tertiary one. Depending upon positively charged carbon, directly attaches with how many number of other carbon atoms, isn't it? Just similar to primary halide, secondary halide, and tertiary carbon. Just we consider similar concept is there. If you consider, there is a CH2 plus dash CH3, CH dash CH3 dash CH3 plus CH3 plus. So in this case, this positively charged carbon directly attaches with one carbon atom. That's why it is primary carbocation. In this case, this carbon atom directly attaches with 2 other carbon atom. That's why it is secondary carbocation. And in this case, this positively charged carbon attaches with 3 carbon atom. That's why it is tertiary carbocation. Isn't it? That's why it is tertiary carbocation. So this is simply classification of carbocation depending upon the attachment with other carbon atoms. So then after that, initially these carbocations are called as a carbonium ion. Initially it is called as a carbonium ion. See, carbonium ion. But carbonium ion is now replaced and it is termed as a carbocation, because there is a confusion. It is the neutral molecules with higher covalency are termed as onium ion. If you consider ammonia, it is ammonia. But this ammonia's higher covalency, if you consider, it is NH4 plus. Then it is called as ammonium ion. That's why carbonium, isn't it? Onium ion. There is a confusion between that, so that can be replaced by the word that is a carbocation instead of carbonium ion, isn't it? Okay. Then we considering how the carbocation generates, isn't it? What are the in chemical reaction mostly कार्बोकटाईन जनरेशन्सचे फॉर्मेशन कसं होतं केमिकल रिॲक्शन त्याच्याबद्दल बोलू. इफ यू कन्सिडर some simple reaction, that is the formation of carbocations, that is the formation of carbocation, formation of carbocation. Now as far as formation of carbocations are concerned, first some simple reactions. If you consider the alcohol and if you carry out the hydrolysis in acidic medium, then it results the formation of H attacks over this one. It gives R dash OH H. It is positively charged. After that, water is removed by this taking electron pairs minus H2O, results the formation of R plus. This is carbocation. This is carbocation. One more point, second point. One more point is second point we are going to study here. If you consider ether, again carry out the hydrolysis, then this one pair of electron interacts over this one, results the formation of R dash OR H, and it is positively charged. After that, bond pairs shifted, oxygen becomes removed as R plus R dash OH. It is carbocation. It is carbocation. One more point, that is the, if you consider alkyl halides and if you carry out the hydrolysis, then abstracts the halogen, it becomes R plus, because X minus is there, isn't it? Plus HX. This is carbocation. This is carbocation. So in many things carbocations are formed in other reactions also. So all these carbocations which are formed, whether they are equal stable or there is a different stability. Yes, all carbocations are of equal stable or different stability. So as far as stability factors are concerned, the trivalent nature, we consider that carbocation is trivalent in nature. Carbocation is in the trivalent in nature. So the trivalency or three valencies of carbons, these three valencies of carbons are satisfied by means of different groups, by means of different functional groups may attaches, different other atoms or group of atoms are attaches. That's why as different trivalency of this carbon is satisfied by different groups, so there is a, as different groups are attached, in the sense electronic effect are also different. Electronic effects are also different, and as electronic effects are different, therefore stability of carbocation is also different. And that's why we are going to study next point, that is the stability of carbocation. Now, if you consider stability of carbocation, how do you consider stability factor? Stability of carbocation. Now as far as stability factor is concerned, remember well, if you consider carbocation structure here, in short, once again, like this, positively charged, and here p orbitals, second p orbitals. Now all the factors which helps to disperse positive charge on carbon, जेवढे फॅक्टर्स जे आहेत, जे फॅक्टर्स जे कार्बोकटाईनच्या पॉझिटिव्ह चार्जला डिस्पर्स करण्याचा प्रयत्न करतात, पॉझिटिव्ह चार्जला थोड्याफार प्रमाणात कमी करण्याचा प्रयत्न करतात, ऑल सच फॅक्टर्स आर हेल्प्स टू इन्क्रीज द स्टॅबिलिटी ऑफ कार्बोकटाईन. So remember well, all the factors which are responsible to disperse the positive charge in carbon are useful to enhance the stability of carbocations. Then what are those factors which are responsible to disperse the positive charge? So first factor, that is the resonance. Or also called as an M effect. That is a mesomeric effect. As far as resonance is concerned, now if you consider the in molecule containing carbocation or carbocation, consider if it is attached with plus M group, so if as it is attached with plus M groups, in the sense plus M groups are those groups, that is the, it may be NH2 असेल, isn't it? Or it may be alcohol, OH असेल or OR असेल, असे ग्रुप्स जर कार्बोकटाईन अटॅच असतील, then these plus M groups have tendency to donate electrons. As they donates the electron, in the sense positive charge on carbon, if suppose carbocation is there, and if suppose NH2 is attached here, so it donates the electrons to the carbocation. If suppose OH is attached, it donates the electron. If OR is attached, then donates the electron. So as they donate the electrons, then positive charge on carbocation somewhat decreases. And becomes stable. It becomes stable. It is plus M group. So remember well, whenever carbocation is attached with plus M groups, we already studied the priority order of plus M groups, all those things, isn't it? Attached with plus M group, then they stabilizes the carbocation. But all the plus M group does not stabilize equally one, because in that plus M group also there is a priority order. Which stabilizes more, which stabilizes less, isn't it? We'll discuss later on in detail examples. Okay. Now, and the groups which is, it is minus M group, if it is attached with minus M group to the carbocation. So as far as minus M groups are concerned, in that minus M group, there is a NO2 group is there, or cyanide group is there, etc. If they are attached, then carbocation, if it is attached with NO2, it withdraws the electrons from carbon. So as it withdraws the electron from carbon, so carbocation, the carbon in carbocation is initially positively charged, initially electron deficient already, but by withdrawing the electrons between carbon and NO2, this carbocation becomes more and more electron deficient, and due to which their stability still decreases. It is more unstable. So this is the resonance or M effect. Now next factor that is we are going to discuss, that is the hyperconjugation. Now as far as hyperconjugation is concerned, now we know that already. Hyperconjugation, in the sense hyperconjugation, what happens? Suppose in hyperconjugation what happens, just I explain here. Carbon positively charged, suppose here carbon methyl group is there, and is valence are satisfied. Then next to positively charged carbon is the alpha carbon. So sigma bond of alpha carbon dash hydrogen, is in resonance with vacant p orbitals. Vacant p orbital of carbocation, and due to that the some amount of positivity of carbocation is satisfied one, isn't it? So as number of sigma bonded alpha carbon dash हायड्रोजनचे हे नंबर्स जेवढे जास्त, म्हणजे अल्फा कार्बन डॅश हायड्रोजनचे नंबर जेवढे जास्त, तेवढे जास्तीत जास्त देअर विल बी मोर हायपर कॉन्जुगेटिव्ह स्ट्रक्चर्स, आणि जेवढे हायपर कॉन्जुगेटिव्ह स्ट्रक्चर जास्त, तेवढी त्याची स्टेबिलिटी जास्त. This same can be explained now here. If you consider the structure like suppose CH2 plus dash CH3 and CH dash CH3 dash CH3 plus. In these two structure, as far as hyperconjugation is concerned, it is plus charge, positively charged carbon, next to that is alpha carbon atom. And in this case positively charged carbon, next to that is alpha, and here one alpha carbon atoms. So if we split here, it is hydrogen. Here there is a 3 hydrogen atoms are there. Hydrogen, and here also hydrogen and hydrogen atoms are there, isn't it? 3 hydrogen atoms are there. Now in this case it has 3 hyperconjugated structures because 3 hydrogen atoms are there. Here this alpha carbon 3 hydrogen and this alpha carbon 3 hydrogen. So total 6 hyperconjugated structures, and here 3 hyperconjugated structures. So hyperconjugated structures are more in second one. That's why second is more stable than first one. So this is on the basis of hyperconjugation we explain, isn't it? Now next, that is we are going to discuss, that is stability factor as far as concerned. The next factor we are going to discuss, that is the inductive effect. As far as inductive effect is concerned, it is a weak effect. Even though it is weak effect, but some operates to some extent one. So whenever carbocation is attached with plus I group, whenever carbocations are attached with plus I group, that is they donates the electron pair. That is the donates the electrons. That is donates the has tendency to donate the electron. In the sense, some amount of positivity of carbon decreases. That's why stabilizes the carbocation. It stabilizes the carbocation. And whenever the carbocation is attached with minus I group, which withdraws the electron pair, which withdraws the electrons one, they destabilizes the carbocation. Isn't it? So again, in inductive effect also, there is a priority order of plus I group, there is a priority order of minus I group, isn't it? Minus I group. Okay. So this is the inductive. The next one, there is a solvent. This is the solvent used. As far as solvent used is concerned, solvent factor is concerned one. If polar solvent is used, it stabilizes the carbocation. Because if you consider the polar solvent structure is carbocation like this, positively charged. Then this carbocation, if in polar solvent, suppose water is there, it is surrounded like this from the oxygen end. It is surrounded by oxygen end. In short, we say that there is a hydrolysis takes place. There is a hydration. We call as a, it is the solubilisis. Hydrolysis takes place. Means oxygen end is negatively charged. This partial negative charge on oxygen and this is positive charge carbon. There is a some amount of positivity on carbon decreases in polar solvent, and non-polar solvent such type of hydrolysis does not occur, isn't it? So these are some factors by means of which the stability of carbocations can be checked. Okay. Now we are going to discuss one most important property that possesses by carbocation. One of the most important property possesses by the carbocation, that the carbocation undergo rearrangement. That is the rearrangement concept of carbocation. Now how the rearrangement concept of carbocation can be explained? Now see it. This can be explained by taking an example of, suppose 2-chloro-2-methyl butane. If you consider 2-chloro H3C, chlorine, methyl and H3C. This 2-chloro 2-methyl butane. If you consider the hydrolysis of 2-chloro-2-methyl butane, 1, 2, 3, 4, isn't it? If you carry out hydrolysis, then what happens? This chlorine is removed as a minus Cl minus, and hydrolysis. Then carbocation is formed, and carbocation H3C, yes, here positively charged carbon CH3, and here H3C. This is carbocation is formed, and to then next, that is the OH minus attacks over this carbocation, results in the formation of H3C, OH, CH3, H3C. So the expected reaction is like this. And product formed, final product is, if you number that, is 1, 2, 3 and 4. That is the 2-methyl. That is the butane 2-ol. 2-methyl butane 2-ol is expected product. But actually product formed is not this one. Actually product formed is different. So which product is formed and how it is formed can be explained by means of rearrangement of carbocation. Now rearrangement, now see. So the carbocation which is formed here, that carbocation first always formed in highly stable forms. If you check the stability of this carbocation, now this carbocation, it is positively charged carbon. So next to that alpha carbon atom, here one alpha carbon atom, here one alpha carbon atom are there. So in this structure, you call structure first. In first structure, how many number of alpha carbon atoms are there? Here 3 alpha carbon hydrogen atoms are there. Hydrogen atoms, alpha carbon dash hydrogen, 3 hydrogen atoms, and alpha, here 1 hydrogen atom is there. So here 1 hydrogen atoms are there. Total there are 4 alpha carbon dash hydrogen atoms are there. Total 4 alpha carbon dash hydrogen atoms are there. So as there are 4 alpha carbon dash hydrogen atoms are there, in the sense there is a 4 hyperconjugative structures are possible. So as 4 hyperconjugate structures are possible. In addition to that, there is a inductive effect. There is a plus I inductive effect of methyl group. Plus I inductive effect of methyl group is concerned here. Plus I inductive effect of methyl group is there, isn't it? Plus I inductive effect of methyl group is there, and whole this bulky group is there. It also shows some amount of plus I inductive effect. Okay, it also shows plus amount of plus I inductive effect, isn't it? Okay, these are the factors that stabilizes this carbocation. But if suppose we have to prepare some hypothetical structure by shifting the नियरेस्ट ॲडजस्टंट कार्बन ॲटमवरून काही ॲटम्सची आपण शिफ्टिंग करून जर हायपोथेटिकल स्ट्रक्चर तयार होत असेल आणि तो जर हायपोथेटिकल स्ट्रक्चर आधीच्या स्ट्रक्चरपेक्षा जास्त स्टेबल असेल देन फर्दर पाथ ऑफ द रिॲक्शन इज प्रोसिडेड फ्रॉम दॅट स्टेबल हायपोथेटिकल स्ट्रक्चर सो दॅट कॅन बी अरेंज्ड हाऊ सी इफ आय शिफ्ट द हायड्रोजन अलॉंग विथ इलेक्ट्रॉन पेयर्स हायड्राइड to this carbon atom, positive charge carbon atom, like this. If I shift, then the next carbocation which is formed is like this: CH3 carbon. Here it is hydrogen, isn't it? CH3, and here is H3. H3. See, it is positively charged. It is positively charged. Now it is second structure or second carbocation is formed. Now similarly, if we check the stabilities, one, then this is positively charged carbon. This positively charged carbon, so alpha carbon atom, here one alpha carbon atom, here one alpha carbon atom, here one alpha carbon atom. There are 3 alpha carbon atoms. This is 3 carbon hydrogen, this is 3 carbon hydrogen, and here there are 2 carbon dash hydrogen bonds are there. One more. Okay, hydrogen is there. 2 carbon dash hydrogen bonds are there. So total, yes, 3 plus 3, 6, 7, 8. There is 8 alpha carbon dash hydrogen bonds are there. In the sense there are 8 hyperconjugative structures are possible. 8 hyperconjugative structures are possible. And in addition to that, this is the plus I inductive effect of methyl. This is the plus I inductive effect of methyl, and this is the whole ethyl group is there. There is a one more plus I inductive effect. So overall consideration, if you consider all applying electronic effect, this second is more stable than first. So this is the rearrangement that carbocation stabilizes itself by rearrangement. That is by means of 1,2 hydride shift, by means of 1,2 hydride shift, or by means of 1,2 methyl shift, or 1,2 phenyl shift, or 1,2 bond shifting. ह्यातल्या कोणत्या ना केसेस अप्लाय करून स्वतः कार्बोकेटाइन स्टेबल फॉर्म मध्ये येतो. and then further path of the reaction, that is the, if you consider this is more stable, then OH minus considered. This OH minus attacks over this one, and the structure formed is CH3. Yes, it is CH3, this CH3, and here yes H3, sorry OH, it is OH. So structure formed is not, this is the 2-methyl butane 2-ol, but the structure formed is 1, 2, 3 and 4. It is the 2-methyl butane, yes, structure formed is 1, 2, 3, 4. 2-methyl, 1 minute, here there is some structure 1, 2, 3, 4, 2-methyl, sorry, here 3-methyl, name is 3-methyl butane 2-ol. Then here structure formed is 1, 2, 3, 4. It is 2-methyl butane 2-ol. Butane 2-ol, it's correct. Here is just 3-methyl, correct, isn't it? So this is the product not formed. The product formed is 2-methyl butane 2-ol, isn't it? Not the this one. Now here question arises. So if similarly as we shift hydride, similarly methyl and phenyl are present, then that can be shifting is occurs one, isn't that? Shifting is also carried out similar by means of similar way. So here 1-2 bond shift concept can be shortly explained here. I will try to explain short 1-2 bond shift. So for that purpose, we take the examples of chloromethyl cyclopentane. By considering chloromethyl cyclopentane, just consider chloromethyl cyclopentane. Chloromethyl cyclopentane घेतला, and if you carry out hydrolysis, then product formed is like this. So this can be explained again by means of rearrangement of carbocations. How it can be explained? Now see, mechanism as far as concerned. as far as mechanism is concerned, here this chloromethyl, okay, first electron pairs are removed along with chlorine, so chlorodiazine minus Cl minus, so it becomes results in the formation of a carbocation. Now remember well, the lower cyclic जे अल्केन्स असतात किंवा लोअर सायक्लिक मेंबर चेन रिंग जे असतात, दे आर अंडर स्ट्रेन बिकॉज दे हॅव अँगल स्ट्रेन. कारण जेवढे लोअर्स असतील, जेवढे कार्बन कमी असणार आणि चेन असणार, तेवढे त्यांच्यामध्ये अँगल स्ट्रेन असणार. देर इज बेअर्स स्ट्रेन थेरी म्हणून आपण. So angle strain, that's why they try to stabilize by means of releasing their angle strain by expanding the chain. How here the expansion occurs? If you consider the positively charged carbon, next to that it is 1 and it is 2, 1 2 shift. So 1 2 bond shifting takes place. This bond or this bond, if I join this bond to positively charged carbon, remaining structure first write as it is, like this, okay. Then this bond, instead of this, it attaches with positively charged carbon, like this. It attaches with positively charged carbon. When it attaches with positively charged carbon, this bond is broken and valence of this carbon is now unsatisfied. So that's why it is electron deficient. So positive charge is created. Just count the numbers. It is 1 2 3 4 5 6. So 6 membered in the sense structure is cyclohexane type. This positive charge. And then OH minus, which is present, this OH minus attacks over this and results in the formation of cyclohexane. This is the formation of cyclohexane. So this is the 1 2 bond shift, isn't it? Now here question arises that I already told you, there is a carbocation undergo rearrangement by means of 1 2 hydride shift, 1 2 methyl shift, or by means of 1 2 phenyl shift. Then all the three possibilities are present in one molecule. Then we have to give preference to which case, either hydride, methyl, or phenyl. That can be explained by taking an example of 2-chloro-3-phenyl butane. This can be explained by taking an example of 2-chloro-phenyl. It is the 2-chloro-2-phenyl butane. Okay. If you carry out hydrolysis, then Cl minus is removed as a Cl minus. The structure formed is H3C, positive charge, and here phenyl, isn't it? Now see, positive charge, and next to that here also hydrogen is there. Next to that there is a hydrogen also present, methyl is also present, phenyl is also present. Then in that case, which preference is given? For that purpose, we have to check the shifting each case first by hydride, by shifting methyl, and by shifting phenyl, and then check the stabilities of all the carbocations and decide which one is most stable, which one is not more. In that case, we have to most stable. So first case by means of 1 2 hydride shifting, 1 2 hydride shift जर केलं, आता 1 2 hydride shift जर केलं first case मध्ये, it is shifted here by first case along with electron pair. H3C, here positive charge, here hydrogen is there, and here CH3, here phenyl. Okay. Here phenyl structure. Okay, this is carbocation is formed. First carbocation we call this. Second carbocation which is formed, it is carried out by means of 1 2 methyl shift. So as we shift the 1 2 methyl shift here, if we shift the 1 2 methyl shift here, like this I will shift here on this carbocation, the structure form is methyl is here methyl, here phenyl, and here positive charge. One hydrogen is also there. This is second carbocation structure. And third carbocation structure, that is you have to shift the 1 2 phenyl, isn't it? If you shift this phenyl structure here, the structure becomes CH3 carbon, here phenyl group is attached, CH3, and yes, CH3 it is positive charge. It is third carbocation. Then check the stabilities of all these three carbocations one by one. Okay, one by one. We are going to check. So in first case, just identify first positive charge carbon and then alpha carbon atoms. So this is here one alpha carbon atom and here one alpha carbon atom. This carbon this carbon have 2 hydrogen, remember, when this carbon has 2 hydrogen, it is alpha carbon atom. So total how many number of alpha carbon dash hydrogens? These are the 3, and these are the 2, isn't it? 3 and 2. There are 5 alpha carbon dash hydrogen, in the sense 5 hyperconjugate structures are possible. 5 hyperconjugate structures are possible. Along with that, see, there is a plus I inductive effect of methyl and overall plus I inductive effect of ethyl. So plus I inductive effect of methyl and somewhat plus I inductive effect of ethyl group is there. Okay, plus what? Somewhat inductive effect of methyl and ethyl group che the plus I inductive effect, isn't it? Now, if you consider one more point, if I replace this phenyl, if I expand the structure of phenyl like this, if I expand, then just remember that is we already studied the resonance concept. The resonance is possible whenever there is a situation A double bond B, C have either positive charge, negative charge, isn't it? Like this we studied. So A double bond B, C have positive, this is the resonance. So positive charge is nullified, it becomes here. Okay. So in addition to that, there is a resonance also. These factors are responsible to stabilize this carbocation. Now check for second. So first identify alpha carbon atom. Here alpha carbon atom, here one. Alpha carbon atom is here one. Actually phenyl group पण alpha carbon आहे. ह्या phenyl group ला आपण इथं alpha carbon म्हणू शकतो आपण. But in that case there is no alpha hydrogen atom. Is there. Alpha carbon is there only. But hyperconjugation, not necessary that only alpha carbon atom. On that carbon there must be hydrogen. So here no hydrogen. In case of there is no hydrogen. So alpha carbon atom, there is only, yes, here one hydrogen atom is there. Only one hydrogen atom. So as there is only one hydrogen atom, in the sense it has, yes, only one hyperconjugative structures, and along with there is a resonance. And to some extent this is the inductive effect of whole this group. If you check the third one, alpha carbon atom, here one, and here, yes, one more hydrogen. Here one more hydrogen. Now if you consider the this effects, here there is a 3 and this is 4. There are 4 hyperconjugative structures. So as there is a 4 hyperconjugated structures, in the sense here just methyl shifting and this is phenyl. Okay. 4 hyperconjugated structures, and along with 4 hyperconjugated structure, there is a plus I inductive effect. Of methyl group. So if you compare all these things, then it is observed that most dominating factors, it is electronic factors, which gives more stability to this structure one. So don't consider these two structures. Consider this structure and proceeds the reaction by using the first case, where stability, and then OH minus attacks over this one, results in the formation of CH3, yes, CH3, here OH or HO, and here phenyl. The final product formed this one and not these two. Okay, so this is overall about the carbocation. So next lecture we are going to study some next points regarding the organic reactions. Okay, good day.